My name's Alice Nutter and I'm a writer, and I'm a relatively new writer. I've only been writing for the last few years.
I'm Tony Jordan. I'm a screenwriter and currently MD of Red Planet Pictures.
I got started because I was in a pop band for 23 years and I always wrote and I always had jobs as a writer. I worked as a journalist.
So I just wrote a script. It was about a market trader, which is what I was doing at the time.
I just said, right, I'm leaving. I'm just going to sit down and write, and it's worked.
I think the qualities you need are the same as any business, I think. Persistence.
Resilient.
You need to be true to yourself, so I think that you need to hold on to your voice as a writer. Don't get swallowed up by the system.
I think you can be difficult about it if you really believe you're right, but generally be as personable as you can.
I'm not sure what a highlight is, really. I don't even know if I've had it yet. Maybe I have.
I loved working with Jimmy McGovern, and I really felt like I learned as I worked. But I try and learn on every job I do.
So yeah, going to the screen of the first episode of my own show, it's probably it.
I found it difficult working on continuing series, but I did think I learned at the same time, because it's a different beast than working through your own ideas.
First worst industry moment was reading a shooting script and realising it had been completely rewritten by somebody else, and having to throw all my toys out the pram and get it back to the way it was.
The medical jargon was difficult on Casualty, partly because the medic that they had, that they'd given me, they changed his contract or something and he was off the show, and so suddenly I found myself without a medic.
And the second worst industry moment was going to Spain to watch them shoot the first episode of El Dorado. Because it was quite sexy on the page. And the casting, I don't think, was particularly brilliant.
I now watch medical dramas and I realise in Scrubs they never talk medical. There's no, occasionally they'll go, give him an injection. But whereas Casualty is quite detailed and ER's really detailed. But you need a medic really on side. And in my case, that was quite difficult because the medic disappeared.
Single best bit of advice is write. That's it. It's right. Just write.
Work proper hours. Don't wait for inspiration. Sit down every day and write, whether you want to or not. It's treat it with respect, really, as a proper job, as opposed to something that's going to come to you at middle of the night.
What writers do, or the mistake that wannabe writers make more than any other, is they're great at finding reasons not to write. I can't write, I haven't got an agent. I can't write, I haven't got the right computer program. I need final draft, or I can't just write. No, if you've got a pen, or even a pencil, and a piece of paper, and you call yourself a writer, fill the piece of paper up.
If changes will make something better, change it, rewrite it.
If you join a show like Easter, it's no different. You have to read all the character biographies, you have to read all the previous stories, you have to understand who these people are. You have to get their voice in your head, and you can only do that if you understand character.
I don't think talent's enough. There's a lot of talented people. It's how hard you're prepared to work, I think, and how determined you are.
And be passionate about what you do.